Total was 30,000. Too bad. Thank you. 2 Berkeys.
More than 80% of the luxury bags in the world are made in China, but those luxury brands just won't acknowledge that.
Moral of the story, if majority of y'all really had like thousands of dollars in y'all bank account, y'all be buying designer with no hesitation. So quit coming on this app trying to clown people because they got designer and you don't.
We all had that one kid in school that used to wear the backwards Jordan sign, or Michael Jordan, instead of him looking like he about to dunk, he looked like he about to go for an underhand layup or something like that. We all had that kid in high school. We all knew that he was obviously wearing the fake version of whatever sneaker that was. That kid would always get clowned because he was wearing the fake Jordan. So nobody wants to wear anything fake. But nowadays it's a lot harder to know what's fake because the fakes actually look just like the reals. But what makes something real and what makes something fake? A lot of people would say, well, the real would come out of the stores. The fake would probably come from China or something like that, right? If it says made in China, it doesn't say made in Italy, yeah, it's probably fake, right? Or is that the same thing? The things we consider fake is actually the real. And is the real actually the fake? Well, we're about to find out today because of these tariffs that Trump is about to put on China and stuff like that. They said, you know what? We're going to retaliate and we're going to expose all of y'all luxury brands to show y'all how much y'all actually need us. China got some secrets up their sleeve. Check this out.
Some say as long as there's a tag saying made in China, the bag can never be luxury. However, in fact, more than 80% of the luxury bags in the world are made in China. But those luxury brands just won't acknowledge that. They take almost finished bags from China factories back to their own factories and just do the repackaging and logo installing, something like that. That way, the bags will appear at their boutiques as made in Italy or made in France. You know, those sophisticated European countries, which make you feel mysterious, royal, and thus luxury. Now, close your eyes. Let's just do a little very easy experiment in your head, okay? Imagine that you have an Hermes bag, and suddenly the label on it changed from made in France into made in China, while everything else like leathers, zippers, and hardware remain the same. Do you suddenly feel that your bag is not as luxury as before? If you do, that means you have been misled and poisoned by the market campaign of those luxury brands for too long. Welcome to the real world. Now you see, those bags are made in China by our intelligent and diligent Chinese artisans. Let's not be poisoned and misled by the market campaign any longer and be a real person. Buy a bag from us, from our factory in China. See the real world for yourself.
See, now this is going to expose a lot of people. Like, are y'all now going to go to China and get it for cheap? Because a lot of people would say, oh, nah, I don't just like this bag because of the price. I like it because of the way it looks. But I would argue and say a lot of people spend a lot of money on a bag because the price tag of the bag, it's a status symbol. It says that you can afford that. So to you people that say, oh, no, I just really like the bag. Okay, so if that bag was $10, the same exact Louis Vuitton bag, it was $10. You had an opportunity to buy it for $10 instead of $10,000. Would you still get it? Everybody knowing that you actually spent $10 for it. I doubt it. Why? Because a lot of people are paying for the price. Isn't that crazy? You're paying for the price just to show people I can afford this. Because if not, why not get it straight from the manufacturer, right? But I ain't gonna lie, I see why they were trying to get rid of TikTok. They knew we was gonna find out the truth to too many things. And pay attention to how China dropped these videos before the deadline to delete TikTok. China really hit us with a Uno reverse card. We ain't even see it coming. Luxury clothing is one of the biggest running scams. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I don't understand why it became cool to get scammed, all because you got some really good branding.
You know the type of motherfuckers I really hate? I hate the motherfuckers that try to clown people that buy designer because they can't afford designer. Everybody main go-to is you spend that much on shoes and clothes, you're so dumb, or I could get one-to-one reps and all this other shit. People only buying designer because they insecure. Fam, I buy designer because I like it and I got the money to buy it. And I'm sure that goes for everybody else. And even then, if it's some people that could barely afford it, so what? It's their money. I don't be talking shit to nobody when they spend all their money on Plan Bs. I don't talk shit to nobody when they spend all their money on weed and cigarettes. I can say that's dumb shit to buy. I can talk about how dudes spend all their money on bitches that don't even fucking like them, but I can say that's some dumb shit to buy. Moral of the story, if majority of y'all really had like thousands of dollars in y'all bank account, y'all be buying designer with no hesitation. So quit coming on this app trying to clown people because they got designer and you don't.
Well, as somebody that has more than enough money to buy a whole bunch of designer stuff, honestly, I would rather people that are looking at me don't assume I have money than them look at me and be like, wait a minute, he's wearing his money. Let me go take that money off of him and go sell it so I can make some money. I just rather not be a target. Instead, with the money, I'd rather make my money make money. But so many people, it's the poverty mindset. So many people, once they get a little bit of money, they want to show everybody, hey man, I got a little bit of money. Look at me. Whole time their pockets is empty, but they got a Louis Vuitton bag. You got a $5,000 bag with nothing in it. Now we're finding out that that bag is actually $5 and you have nothing in it, but you spent $5,000 on the bag.
Luxury brands, they have two types of clothing. They have the clothing that they make for the rich people and they have the clothing made for the poor people. It's the poor people that make the brand famous because they're walking around the mall with the logo of the brand, but it's the rich people who actually use that brand for the quality of the brand and not for showing that I'm wearing this brand. People who show off extra, who are always showing cars and probably they're renting the cars, I don't know, but these people have insecurity because they don't have money. They want to show that they do have money.
I ain't gonna hold you. If you out here wearing like a Gucci shirt and then you got Gucci pants, you got the Gucci belt with the Gucci hat, in my eyes, you're doing way too much. By all means, you could do whatever you want to do, dress the way you want to dress, but people that dress like this, to me, in my eyes, I feel like you're really trying to like fill a void. Because if you look good, why does your clothes have to yell so loudly? Like somebody with a fit body, I said this in my other video when we talked about this, they can wear a simple little black tee, a white tee, have subtle money on them, like a nice watch, a little valid chain or something like that. But you ain't gotta be so loud. Gucci, Louis V, I got it on me. Like that always just been so corny to me. The only thing you really are for that brand is good marketing. And it's so funny because the man even said it. He said, yo, there's two different collections when it comes to luxury. We sell this to the broke people that want to look like they got money, and we sell this to the people that got money for some quality. People that don't have money, they're just really good marketing. But you know what's so crazy? Because the people that don't really have money, but they're willing to buy that, they wind up with no money left over because they want to show for it so much. Just to find out that that's actually 50%.
Your made in Italy Gucci 80% come from Chinese factory. They just add the logo in Europe to make you pay the price of 10 times. Close your eyes. If your hammer says made in China, does it feel cheaper? No, that's no quality issue. It's luxury brand washing. Fun fact, the hand stitching your product, 42% are Chinese artisans. We don't do cheap, we do underrated luxury. Why pay 2,000 Euro for Parisian air? Same leather, same craft, just without the European fairy tale facts. Be a luxury rebel, you can shop on Chinese platforms such as Taobao, 1688, Tianmao, Jingdong. You can even go directly to Guangzhou, Yiwu, Quanzhou, Wenzhou to buy. Don't know how to buy, how to pay, or arrange delivery? Just PM me. Go Next to provide free shopping guidance and shipping services for you.
Y'all go follow her right there. Y'all see her page right there. Y'all go follow her. Y'all go check out her other videos.
There's nothing a Chinese factory can't make. Brooks Brothers, a premium shirt brand from the States, actually produce most of their products all in China. One of their largest suppliers is actually based in Guangdong in China. Interesting, the scale of the factories in this region specifically, they're not massive, but all of them are willing to invest heavily in research and development. For example, the world's first long-stable cotton gene sequencing product was completed here. Factories from this region are beloved by those world top brands like Tommy Hilfiger, Lacoste, Hugo Boss. Recent years, with the rise of emerging manufacturing countries like Vietnam and India, many might think that Guangdong's shirt industry might get impacted. But that's not the case, at least for now, because Guangdong's niche market is only for those middle to high-end markets like Europe and America. With its technological advantages, it will remain as a significant barrier. Alright guys, that's enough for today. If you're interested in more about manufacturer factories behind those big brands, leave your message in the comment section and I will talk in my next videos. And don't forget to follow Luna, your best sourcing partner.
Stop using Alibaba. Here are better websites for sourcing factories from China for specific categories. For electronics components, visit OFFCN.com. For car accessories, check cheapheiyren.com. For industrial material, gobangbang.com. For clothing, check VBIC.com. For more sourcing tips, follow UP, your best business partner from China.
Listen, man, if you looking to create your own company and you trying to get that same look as Louis V or the same looks as Gucci, I hope y'all go check out these websites because they really just dropped some gems on y'all. I'm not gonna hold you, like, as somebody that has tried to have a clothing line in the past and stuff, and I'll probably bring it back. Finding the right vendors, especially the vendors that these most popular brands are using because of their quality, is very hard. The fact that China is just exposing our top brands vendors, this is unheard of territory. Like, this is pulling the curtain back. I ain't gonna lie, like, they really being messy. Like, they like, all right, y'all want to tax us? Let me expose the truth to y'all people, all right? Yo, what they're saying, I don't know if y'all catching it, all right? What they're saying is that they make it in China, and then what happens in the US, they buy it from China, get it sent to Italy or to Europe or whatever, and they do a little finishing touches. Now, I mean, maybe changing a little bit of the stitching, and then they get it sent to America, and instead of saying made in China, because the bulk of it was made in China, they said it was made in Italy, so you believe you got some exclusive stuff. And now you're looking at your friend that ordered it off of DH Gate, off the cheap website, that actually got it from China, the real manufacturer. You're telling him, oh no, you got the fake one on. No, you got played out your money. Now, I mean, you got finessed. He was smart. He went to the source, and that's why I asked the question in the video I did about Summer Walker admitting that she wears fake stuff. How do y'all know what's the real stuff and what's the fake stuff? And if it is a little slight change in the stitching, is that worth $5,000 instead of $50, which is what it's actually cost?
With the shoes and all the clothes, it's $38,971.85. Thank you.
So trying to grab all the bags. Right.
Thank you.
Total was 30,000. 2 bags. Thank you. 2 Birkies.
What did you get? Can we check them out? Do it. Unboxing. Wow, how much are those? Oh no. Where are you gonna wear them? His wedding. Oh no way. All designer. What did you get?
A bag.
Can we check it out?
Where are you gonna tag me?
I
have followers on TikTok.
We'll see.
I got the yellow.
Oh, it's yellow. How much is that?
18.
Where are you gonna wear that to?
For travel.
Where are you traveling to?
I'm gonna be traveling to different countries.
How much was that?
16.
Where are you gonna wear that to?
Good question. Every day.
Excuse me? I love designer. What did you get? Yeah, what did you get? Oh, what is that? How much is that?
We are watching people get robbed in plain sight, but I ain't mad at it, y'all. As somebody that loves marketing, I get it. Now, I mean, this genius marketing and genius branding, because people are really brainwashed. If somebody walks in front of them and say, hey man, this is $50, it'd be the same thing. They're gonna be like, no, that can't be real. I don't care where you say you got it from. But they'll walk into the store and be like, hey man, this is the real thing, $5,000. Let me take it. Even though you could have got 1,000 of those for $50. It's genius marketing, y'all. It's genius branding, genius marketing. If I sell it to you, you'll buy it. If you get it from the actual person I bought it from, you ain't gonna buy it. They done really got into our heads, and it's so funny to see Future walk out the store after spending $30,000 on 2 bags that probably actually cost less than $100, and he thinks that he's actually doing something. He walked away, just got robbed by the store. But it's a status symbol to say, 2 Birkins, $30,000. So now you have people that don't have money. They want to live a life like Future. They see Future and they like, I gotta live like that. Whole time, Future just got scammed out his money. China has told it all. They're exposing everybody.
Which Chinese factory supply for Louis Vuitton? Let me tell you the secret. Louis Vuitton has many Chinese suppliers, but they just don't admit it. 50% of Louis Vuitton bags are from these 2 places. Number 1, Guangdong City. Number 2, Dongguan City. 90% of Louis Vuitton silk is from Wanshili in Hangzhou City. I have a friend who is a manager in the factories of the Louis Vuitton, and he told me the similar quality only needs $50. That's crazy, right? Follow Daniel, help you find the best suppliers.
They rob you blind and you thank them for it. That's a tragedy. That's a scam. That's why I'm saying this right now. Americans, you don't need a tariff. You need a revolution. For decades, your government and oligarchs won't ship your job to China. Not for diplomacy, not for peace, but to exploit cheap labors. And in the process, they hollowed out your middle class, crushed your working class, and told you to be proud while they sold your future for profit. And yes, China made money, but we used it to build roads, lift millions out of poverty, fund healthcare, raise living standard. We reinvested in our people. My family also benefited from it. What did your oligarchs do? They bought yachts, private jets, mansions with golf course driveways. They manipulate the market, dodged tax, and poured billions into endless wars. And you get stagnated wages, crippling healthcare costs, cheap dopamine, debt, and flagged wave property made in China while they pick your pocket. For 40 years, both China and the United States benefit from the trade, the manufacturing, but only one of us use that wealth to build. This isn't China's fault. This is yours. You let this happen. You let the oligarchs fit your lies. Well, they made you fat, poor, and addicted. Now they blame China for mess they made. I don't think so. I don't think you need another tariff. You need to wake up. You need to take your country back. I think you need a revolution.
So next time you go out and you want to spend an extra $1,000 to go impress some people that really don't care about you, I want you to remember that what you're buying is possibly only $10, and you could go get it from any one of these sites that they just gave you, or you could go on DHgate and find a really good quality replica of whatever you think you're about to buy, because they're all coming from the same bag. It's just some of them are getting brought out that bag and some of them are getting put back in the bag. They're gonna sell you the one that comes out of the bag for 1,000 times the amount that the other ones that are left in that bag are going to be sold to the other people on DHgate. I want you guys to remember that, all right? Think smarter, stop trying to impress people, do something better with your money. But if you do want to pull off that look, if you just so happen to really like this style, which I'll argue, but I understand status symbols sometimes you got to fake it to make it to get in certain doors, so I get it. So if you really want to do it, if you really want to pull it off, be smart with your money. Don't go broke trying to look rich, all right? Actually get rich. And if you want to pull off the look, I don't mind you looking at me and saying, hey man, his wallet is fake. Whole time my wallet is heavy. Think about that. Hey man, it's been your boy Ty Boogie. Until next time, man, I'm out of here. Peace.